Hello, and welcome back to Tidbit of Torah. We spent a lot of time in tents and rocket ships and book nooks and other little mini spaces of refuge for reading and connection in my house because I have little kids. I wonder what a place of sanctuary, of refuge, may look like for you. Perhaps it's in your own body or your home, at Jewish summer camp, or someplace else where you feel most connected and most like your best self. This week's Torah portion, Parshat Pikudei, is the final of really 4 parshiot in the Torah that have to deal with the building, construction, and implementation, the spiritual embodiment of the Mishkan. And I think one of the reasons why there might be so much verbiage giving to the Mishkan is to tell us how important it is for us in our lives, for our children's lives, and all people to find places of sanctuary in our lives, whether that's when coming as a refugee to a new place and needing to find a new start and a new home, or finding a sense of God's divine presence in our lives, or even feeling safe and secure in our own bodies. The idea that the rabbis gives us is that there is a mishkan me'at, a little mishkan in all of us, and that it is kind of on all of us to create places of sanctuary, spirituality, and refuge in our lives for ourselves and for those around us. I used to be an Ironman triathlete, and one of the years I was doing the World Championship Ironman in Kona, Hawaii, I raced with a terrible tibial stress fracture. And one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make in my life was actually quitting that race. And one of the ways I was able to quit the race while winning was, first of all, I was in a lot of pain and it really hurt to run. And I knew that I was injured and I had basically a broken bone and that it could cause irrevocable, whatever that word is, lasting damage. And a second way that I was able to actually make that decision while running like 9 hours into the Ironman was actually reminding myself that even our bodies are considered to be sanctuaries and that are really kind of on loan from God, and that it's one of our most profound responsibilities to do in this world is to create a sanctuary out of our physical presence that we have, and that is a sanctuary for our soul and our emotions and our passions, but that is also a connection to God and the world around us. And so I was running around exhausted and in pain. I started singing the song in my head, "Oh Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary." And I did this so I could leave the race and take care of this holy body, even though the crowd was yelling at me like, "Don't quit, what are you doing?" And it was hard and disappointing. And yet, I felt so proud to have respected the sanctuary that is my body, to have understood myself as having a presence bigger than that one moment or that one race, and to have a purpose in our lives that we can operate within a sacred space for ourselves, and that we have an obligation to also honor the sanctuary that are other people's bodies and the space that we create, that they create, and that we create together. I used to love the book Bridge to Terabithia when I was a child. You might remember it, about 2 kids creating a safe refuge away. And what's beautiful about Judaism is that we don't have to go away. We can create a sanctuary right here in our hearts, in our homes, and in our lives. And so I want to wish you all Shabbat Shalom, and and happy building, not necessarily with hammers and nails, but with thoughts and invitations and songs and a real grace for ourselves and for the people around us. Deep and loving respect. Shabbat Shalom.